On paper, the Strait of Hormuz is just a 21-mile wide strip of water, but today it's the most dangerous square inch on Earth. As you watch this, nearly 20% of the world's oil supply and a fifth of the planet's liquefied natural gas is effectively trapped. Since the blockade began in late February, global energy markets haven't just spiked, they've fractured. But this isn't just a news story about a conflict. It's a lesson in a brutal reality called geographic determinism. Why can a few hundred drones in a tiny strait bring the $100 trillion global economy to its knees? And more importantly, what happens when the big cycle of energy dominance finally breaks? To understand the crisis of March 2026, you have to understand the Artery Problem. The Strait of Hormuz is the only exit for the world's biggest energy producers: Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, the UAE, and Qatar. In 1973, it was an embargo. In 2022, it was a pipeline explosion in the North Sea. But 2026 is different. This is the first time in history that precision drone warfare has met maritime insurance collapse. When Iran threatened the strait on March 2nd, the tankers didn't stop because of a physical wall. They stopped because the insurance vanished. Without insurance, a $200 million ship doesn't move. In 48 hours, the trickle became a stall. The impact is uneven. While the U.S. produces more oil than it consumes, it isn't immune. In a globalized market, a price shock in Hormuz is a price shock in Houston. For countries like the Philippines or Thailand, which import over half their energy through this exact choke point, this isn't an energy crisis. It's a civilization crisis. And here is the silent killer of 2026: fertilizer. Much of the world's urea-based fertilizer depends on Gulf natural gas. If this blockade lasts through the spring planting season, the energy crisis of 2026 will become the food crisis of 2027. Ray Dalio and other macro historians warn that we are entering phase 6 of the big cycle, the period of open conflict and the restructuring of the world order. The world is frantically trying to build workarounds: railways through Turkey, pipelines across the desert, and AI-driven energy grids. But geography is stubborn. You cannot software update your way out of a physical blockade. The question for 2026 isn't when the strait will reopen. It's whether we can ever trust a single choke point again. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel.